Yeah, no problem. And I'm going to use it for my music songs that I work on.
Oh, I meant to ask you, how'd open mic night go?
It went pretty good.
What'd you play?
I played 3 of my own songs at an open mic night. I played $100, 40 pounds with some new lyrics. Played Carried Over, and I played an instrumental that I've had for a while, and people liked it.
Where'd you do this at?
It's Druid City Brewing, that same place we did trivia.
Yeah, cool. Very cool.
So it's like I'm just going to make myself start doing these things just to sort of keep the ball rolling on getting these
yourself
songs.
honest.
Yeah, keep myself honest. So it's actually very nervous.
Yeah.
But
no, I would be very nervous as well. Why did you not close out with the barn burner bloody stool?
Bloody stool.
because I can't. That one's too complicated. A finger picker. And I can't sing that one and play it at the same time.
Okay.
Because it's very deceptively complicated guitar work on that one. So that's unlikely to ever be played live.
You need someone to come sing Bloody Stool for you?
Yeah,
I would be glad to.
You need a guest singer.
I can identify it with it more than when I first heard it.
Yeah, that's true.
It's more tragic and not as funny as it once was to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're having the reaction I first had to it.
Yeah.
If you go back and listen to old folk songs, you'll see that they're all pretty much about gastrointestinal issues.
It's a hard rains are gonna fall.
If we use this as a cold open, we're going to need to play Bloody Stool as the outro music.
Yeah,
Ooh.
well, I don't really want that song out there in the world. We can do the music without the lyrics. But, yeah.
we might go with that.
It's actually not.
I don't know. We have to convince you on this one because, that song grows on people.
It's really not fun. It's kind of funny, but it's not really because people die from that shit.
Yeah,
you know?
no, absolutely.
So, no pun intended. Hello, everybody. Thank you for listening to Book Club, the only podcast where we talk about books.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true.
I think it is. Don't look it up. We're the only game in town. If you want to hear people talk about books, this is it. We're talking about the book, The Moviegoer by Walker Percy. Walker Percy is a sort of he's acknowledged as a giant of Southern literature, and he's somebody that if you're he's one of us. He's a Southerner. So
One of us.
he's part of our tribe. So I wanted to give it a shot. Somebody recommended it to me, and it's a story. It's almost like a slice of life situation. It's a story about Binks. I've forgotten his name already. Bowling, I think.
I think that's right, yeah.
Binks.
Yeah,
Bowling.
Jack Bowling.
But people call him Binks. And he is this guy. He is completely emotionally detached as a result, probably from the war, which I'm not sure which war it was. I meant to look that up.
He served in World War II in the Pacific Theater.
Okay. So he was in the Pacific Theater in World War II. He comes home. He's actually...
I don't think that's right. I think he was in the Korean War, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But it doesn't matter. Carry on.
We'll, we can edit it. We'll just say, I'm going to say both wars and you can just insert it.
Okay.
Korean War. World War II. So just put that in.
Got it.
Okay.
You got it.
Post.
Yep. It will flow naturally into the rest of the episode.
So Binks Bowling is completely emotionally detached, probably from post-traumatic stress, and but he's able to, like, he's able to get through life in a way where it seems like I don't know, like he's not suffering from post-traumatic stress. I feel like he's able to get through by sort of associating everything with movies that he's seen or books or radio programs, and he kind of gets through life until he's 30 years old, and the shit hits the fan when he takes. You guys don't know this because I don't think you read it, but we'll talk about what happens later. But it's basically a slice of life thing. Embedded in this book is a lot of philosophizing, and I think that's where that's where the meat of the book is, I guess. But anyway, at any rate, that's there's almost no plot, so it's hard to summarize it. Dillon, Elijah, what did you think of the Moviegoer?
Well, I wouldn't say there's no plot. But I can't say I liked it or I didn't like it because I didn't finish it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I would have loved the second half. The first half I will talk about. I didn't like the first half. And not that it was poorly written or anything, but man, it's so Southern. It's Southern to the point of, well, let me start over. I hate New Orleans.
Yes,
the city of New Orleans.
I have the same complaint. Like,
oh my God.
Like, it is so steep. Not just New Orleans, but like white New Orleans specifically.
Yeah.
We saw some of that in Jitterbug Perfume, but it was more of the voodoo sort of bee hat having side of New Orleans. I like that side of New Orleans. I do not like people that talk about what fraternity they were in when they were at Tulane. Like, I think
who's going to be the crew king this year and on their Mardi Gras float. Sorry, Dillon, go ahead.
No, I interrupted you first. It just this book sucks and I hate it.
Well, it was also so Southern to the point that, God damn, I don't need to know everything about every person that this person knows. Do you know what I mean? Like, they would start talking about someone and it would be almost 2-3 pages.
Well, his aunt was roommates with old Georgie boy back when they were in boarding school up in Birmingham.
It's like, you remember that newspaper thing that it was like just
what people were doing in town.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Smithville newspaper, right? Or the
I can't remember what it was called.
The Daily Journal. No, it would
have been the Monroe County Shopper.
No, it wasn't the Shopper. Shit,
was it the Amory Advertiser?
Yeah, I think that was it.
Okay, yeah.
I bet Miss Bessie remembers. He actually got
Miss Bessie Ewan's granddaughters are just in from Detroit. They'll be staying with her for the week. She's going to cook turkey on Thursday.
I think I'm pretty sure our friend DR wrote a fan letter to one of them, and he got a shout out in the paper. So we'll have to ask him about that. Maybe get him to.
But yeah,
talk about it.
I mean, like that was a bit much, and then he throws in good chunks of philosophy here and there, which, I don't know, it seemed out of place at times. The character himself just didn't seem very relatable to me, and maybe that's on me. I'll give it that.
Oh, well, I'll say I had a similar problem.
Okay, go ahead, Dillon. I don't really have much more to say about it because I don't want to slam it.
Oh, I do.
Okay, go for it.
You said it wasn't because it was poorly written. It was not poorly written. All the words were in the right place. It's just this dull ass setting, like all these bougie New Orleans motherfuckers who don't really have any problems, and he's just like moping about how he's gonna fuck his secretary. Like, I was done with it at that point. Like, even the philosophy, like, I had the same problem with Albert Camus' The Stranger. Even though, like, everything that I had read about Camus, I kind of identified with with his philosophy, and reading a synopsis of The Stranger.
What was his philosophy? What is the
It was kind
philosophy?
of absurdism.
Okay.
But the book's just boring as hell. Like, and this book is the same way. Like, I don't really care. I would rather read somebody's philosophy written plain.
Yeah, I understand
And
that. Yeah.
if you're gonna write a narrative, make it an interesting narrative. Like, and this book was not interesting in the least.
Yeah, I will grant you that. Yes, it was boring. Not good material for a book club. I think it had nuggets of wisdom and food for thought. But it's not really. I don't know. It wasn't good. Like, I read this in a 36-hour period. Not that kind of book, I feel like. But on the other hand, you guys can't complain about the writing because the writing was on fleek. It was very, very good writing.
Like I said, the words were in the right place.
Yeah.
He should have just chosen all different
a better
words.
set of circumstances. And I do agree that, rich white Southerners are probably
Like in
the,
1960,
Right.
like early 1960.
and and all of the problems that go along with them, like their racism, their I don't know, it's
Racism.
the racism, the
Racism.
the racism, the sexism is another thing. The sexism
Yeah.
and it's just
Yeah.
like there's probably like the least interesting people to me, like right now, especially right now. It's like the last people I want to read about.
The protagonist himself is downright creepy when he's talking about the second was her name Sharon, his secretary.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets just downright creepy.
But that's one of the things that's interesting about the book is how he's almost like a complete sociopath, but like the way that he has that car accident and he says, have you heard about this car accident?
Yeah.
I've
Heard
about this?
about
No,
the
I
car. I
haven't
got
heard
to the
about
car accident.
All right, so he's with Sharon, his secretary, and he's sort of like he has this elaborate courting behavior he's doing, and then they get in a car wreck, and he's saying this is actually a good thing because it puts us at the center of attention. And it's like the way his worldview is just so freaking weird that it kind of like sticks with you. I think like this is a character I'm going to remember because it's everything has a reference point to movies or like a radio show he heard or something like that. And I don't know. It was just an interesting idea. And it wasn't too long a book. It wasn't an epic. So
It was
and
longer
also
than
New
it needed
Orleans
to be.
is kick-ass. I don't know what you don't like about New
Oh
Orleans.
God, I hate New Orleans. I hate everything about New Orleans.
Nah.
I hate being there. I hate thinking about people who are there. I hate about the time that I was there. And I've been there twice. I didn't want to go back the second time, and I did. And I just, I have negative associations with New Orleans.
Yeah.
And the town itself is just creepy as fuck.
Wrong.
I've only been there once, and it was just like a riding through kind of deal. But I hate their accents. And it's just no. Like, I can't wait for that part of the country to be underwater.
It's already underwater. It's like below sea level.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you're,
yeah.
like, literally covered with water.
Like, seriously,
I will heap praises on the culinary aspect of New Orleans. I like the food.
You
I
like
like
the
pizza.
That's fair.
jambalaya
Yeah, yeah. I can
and the
see
crawfish
that,
pie.
yeah. They get that
and the
right.
filet gumbo.
But no, you would have to be a crazy person to live in New Orleans today. Like,
Yeah, that's probably
Definitely.
true.
like my one, like, whenever I wake up first thing in the morning is how am I going to get to higher ground? and I would just do that until I wasn't in New Orleans anymore.
You're talking about like with climate change on the we're on the
Well,
cusp,
that-
on the cusp
and-
of climate disaster. Yeah.
And it's just a garbage city.
Well.
I'm with Dillon on this one.
Yeah, I like New Orleans. I like that when they say "who dat." I think that's.
No, you
cool.
don't.
Who dat saying I don't like who dat.
Who that being facetious? You don't like that.
No, I do like New Orleans. Seriously, this book I thought was good. Like, I wish I hadn't recommended it for the book club because I knew it wouldn't go over well. But I thought it great writing, a memorable character. It wasn't too long. I hate that it was about the least interesting group of people imaginable. But
it sort of reminded me of Catcher in the Rye in that way.
It did.
Yeah.
Same here. It was very, and even Binks Bowling, it was a very Salinger-esque character. I thought.
Yep. Absolutely.
But anyway, like what he does is, he's pretty much with Sharon, like they're an item, and then Kate, his cousin, sort of has a nervous breakdown, and she's on these I can't remember what it was, but it's some sort of narcotic or some sort of medicine that she's abusing.
Sodium
Carbitol or something.
Sodium pentathlate.
Something I don't even know, but
Yeah.
she kind of has a nervous breakdown, and they decide they're going to go to Chicago and get married. I mean, she kind of has just this harebrained scheme, and Binks Bowling's just like, okay, yeah, let's do it. And they actually do go to Chicago without really telling anybody. And then Aunt Emily, telegraphs to the hotel and gets him to come back. And her whole opinion of him's changed, just like she's seeing him for the first time. But he does end up marrying his cousin, Kate. So that's what you missed.
I'm sorry. I kind of zoned out about a third of the way through that. I just kind of stopped giving a shit about what you were talking about.
You guys are. I don't know.
No,
I want to talk about.
It's okay if you like a bad book.
No.
Here's the thing, though. This is what
Why
I really want to
Why
talk
do
about.
all
Go ahead,
Southerners have to marry their cousins in literature? I mean, I got on Reddit the other day and was reading jokes, and the joke was, it's October, and the joke was, what do people from Alabama do in October? And before I even read the punchline, I commented, your mom. The punchline was pumpkin. That's not fair. There are tons of people from Alabama who don't have sex with relatives.
Name two.
Me.
You're not really from Alabama, though. Come on now. You ain't Alabama boy.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I was there every weekend of my childhood. I was born there. Our entire family is from there and is still there. We're as much from Alabama as we're from Mississippi, surely.
Nah, we're Mississippians is the way I look at it, no matter what you think you are.
Well, at least it's not New Orleans.
I don't define myself by lines drawn upon a map. I'm a citizen of the world, bitches.
You're a millennial.
That's right. No, you Ansel, you said what you really wanted to talk about.
Yes,
about this book was
the thing I really want to talk about is you guys. Come on, get it together. You've got to read the books in a book club. You can't not read the book. You got to read it.
No, I don't think so. I think I think life is too precious to keep reading a book that is not good. I don't think there's any shame in not reading something that just really sucks assholes. And I'm not just picking on this book. I have done that with other books as well. And
the flip side of that coin is I do feel bad about not finishing this one or the last episode's book.
See, there's no damn excuse for you not to finish Roadside Picnic. That was a brilliant book.
There's plenty of excuses, but we only have an hour on the podcast, so.
Well, I mean, we could change we don't have to. If we're not going to read it, we don't have to do it. Like we could be.
No.
We could just be bros hanging out. We could be like.
Well, here's the thing. Like if we do read it, we talk about the book, and we're still bros hanging out. If we don't read it, we're still bros hanging out. We're just bros that didn't read a book.
Yeah, but it's false. I feel dirty about it. And,
well, I mean, people can make up their minds for like we're not having like the final opinion on this book. You are welcome to go out and read the Moviegoer by Walker Percy and come up with your own opinion about it. And yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to read this book. It blows.
I do believe Walker Percy was a member of Phi Theta Kappa, if I'm remembering correctly.
Now, Walker
handsome.
Percy,
He was an ace gent, as we used to say back then in Tulane.
Now, wasn't he the one what played the harmonica in Jethro's Jug Band?
No. You thinking about Thierry Beauregard. Ansel, what did you really want to talk about?
Y'all need to read the damn books and stop making excuses or
you need to get off your damn high horse. Like you ain't never not finished a book.
There's one book I haven't finished.
Hold on now. One?
Yeah, there's one book that I haven't finished.
What's that?
It was the second Cormac McCarthy book.
Yeah, I didn't finish that one either. Oh shit, I haven't finished the last 3 books.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, man. Come on. It's been crazy here. I ain't got time to read.
That's what I'm saying. We could change.
Y'all need to start picking comic books or something.
We could mix it up. We could be Brotown.
That's all right. I got the conch next week. I'm we'll just let this ride. Let's move forward.
But you picked like one of the last 3 that you didn't read. Was one that you picked.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like I still want to like read books, and you guys have suggested good books in the past that I have enjoyed reading. I don't think we should stop. But yeah, I don't see where your problem is. Like if we don't read the book, we still just hang out and talk. And we're Brotown or whatever.
I feel like we're being inconsistent. I guess that's the problem. Because like we could either like never read the books and have like
who made the rules that we have to be consistent? Like
I don't like being inconsistent. It's just a personal thing. I like to be consistent.
Consistent's kind of boring though.
Yeah.
Like you gotta throw in some you gotta throw in your boo clubs. You gotta throw in a little Goxes of Thought, something that kind of breaks the mold of what we normally do, and it makes podcast magic.
All right, let me tell you. Let me tell you a little story about what I think my goal is for book club, okay? When we first started doing this, I was like, okay, whatever. We're just going to bullcrap about a book for an hour. But thinking about it, like these are on like YouTube and stuff. This will be, if we survive the climate catastrophe as a species, if the species survives the climate catastrophe,
it won't.
People will listen to this long after we're gone to try to get some maybe some insight or some to sort of hear some of our ideas on the book. And if they tune into
nobody in New Orleans, that's for sure.
And if they tune into it and like we're playing games or something like that, then that's not I feel bad putting my name on it.
Well, see,
how is that not insight into the culture, though?
Look, what's going to happen?
It's insight into the book, not insight into the culture.
What's going to happen?
We provide both.
I appreciate your like long-term view of things, Ansel, but here's what's going to happen. The alien explorers that find the ruins of Earth will stumble upon Book Club, and they will listen to it, and we might make them laugh sometimes within an hour. And that's all that matters. So let's play a game. Thank Thank you. You knew what I was here for. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this, guys. It's been a while since we played Is It Kiss or AC/DC.
This is what the podcast will be remembered for.
Well, we'll see
Maybe.
about that. Is It Kiss or AC/DC? If you guys don't remember the rules, I'm going to read some lyrics to you, and you're going to decide whether they are Kiss lyrics or AC/DC lyrics. They can't be both, I don't think.
Not yet.
We don't have a contingency plan in case there is some overlap. But either way, I'll ask each of you three. Whoever gets the most out of three takes possession of the Paul Stanley Cup. If you're tied after three questions, there are up to three additional sudden death bonus questions. And if after three of those there's still not a winner, then whoever currently is in possession of the Paul Stanley Cup retains it.
Let's play.
Okay.
We don't read the rule book.
All right, so here we go. Is it Kiss or AC/DC? Okay, Elijah, you have the Paul Stanley Cup. Would you like to go first or second?
I defer.
You defer? Okay. Dillon.
Yes.
Is it Kiss or AC/DC? I got a slick proposition you. There's nothing else I'd rather do. So lift your dress. You want to impress. There's one thing I've got to confess. Love 'em, leave 'em, love 'em, leave 'em, love 'em, leave 'em, love 'em, leave 'em. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go with Kiss on that. Nice.
Ooh,
That's,
well done.
That's Love 'em and Leave 'em from Rock and Roll All Over,
You don't say.
1976. So good job.
Oh, yeah.
Keep up with your own score, please.
I have one.
Elijah,
Yes.
Kiss or AC/DC?
Mm-hmm.
You see it on television every day, hear it on the radio. It ain't humid, but it sure is hot down in Mexico. Boss man trying to tell me, beginning of the end, saying it'll bend me. Too late, my friend. Riff raff, it's good for a laugh. Riff raff, go on and laugh yourself in half.
That is an AC/DC tune.
Yep.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Y'all are getting too good at this game.
Yeah. We're becoming connoisseurs.
Yeah, that was song Riff Raff from Powerage, our good friend Powerage, friend of the show.
Powerage. I remember we've done Powerage.
We've done Power. What song was from Powerage? Who cares?
Was it the one that was like about a teenager masturbating, but it was written as like a demon? No, that was a Kiss song. Never
I think
mind.
it might have been the one about the girl who overdosed, which isn't really funny.
No.
I can give you a track listing here.
Okay.
You got Rock and Roll Damnation.
No, what are you doing? No, stop it. Get off of that. That's cheating.
You told me to go ahead.
Yeah, but I wasn't thinking.
I thought we were trying to find. Okay.
Holy shit, he really wants the Paul Stanley Cup. He's got like lists pulled open.
Well, no, I was trying to figure out what song that was on Powerage. I had Powerage pulled up.
He has a list in his wallet.
I'm playing this match under protest.
Yeah. Anyway,
I have no lists open, but you can't see that
no
to
cheating,
believe
guys.
me.
Honor system.
I'm not cheating. It would be a hollow victory.
Okay.
I do want to hear Rock and Roll Damnation, though.
Yeah.
I do too now.
See, now I'll have to remember that.
Yeah.
I gotta exclude that line from that song when we do it. Okay, Dillon. I was so frightened I almost ran away. I didn't know that I could do anything I needed to, and then a bolt of lightning hit me on my head. Then I began to see. I just needed to believe in me. Now I believe in me, and I believe in something more than you can understand. Yes, I believe in me.
Okay, I am going to say, because of the being struck with the bolt of lightning symbology, that is most definitely AC/DC.
Oh.
Sorry, that's Kiss. The name of the song is I, like is that a pronoun? Yeah, that would be a pronoun, right?
Yeah.
Personal pronoun.
Personal pronoun I. Music from The Elder, 1981.
Nice.
So you're 1 for 2.
1 for 2.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah,
now's my chance to get a leg up.
This is a break point opportunity for you.
All right. Add in.
All right. Kiss or AC/DC? Oh, yeah. Look out. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's your name? Yeah, we're both thinking the same thing. Well, now let the games begin. Let me introduce you to pleasure. I will seduce you, my treasure. You know you'll ask me for more and more. But, honey, don't you know just what you've got in store? Well, if it's too hot, you're too cold. If it's too loud, you're too old. Baby, let go of what you can't hold. Baby, you're too hot and cold.
That's Kiss.
Yes. Yep. Kiss Hot and Cold from the album Sonic Boom. I didn't write the year on that. So, but
doesn't matter.
I'm guessing
It was a
70s,
bad year.
80s.
It was a bad year.
That was my guess as well. I would have said Kiss if that were mine.
Okay. Well, Elijah's pulled up.
Yep. 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
I got to get this one to stay alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Are you not going to be able to get it out?
I think I can get it. Hold on.
Are we are we talking about what we talked about in the cold open now?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Get it out.
So this is it's either a Kiss song or an AC/DC song. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know your name. Like a moth, I was in your flame. I knew you wanted me to feel real good by the way you smiled. You didn't have to say a word. I tried to tell you, but I lost my nerve. You know, I wanted just to slip away for a little while. And tomorrow, we're going to fall in love, fall in love.
I'm kind of torn here because, like, that sounds a lot like a Kiss song, but it's like that would be like 4 Kiss songs in a row.
No.
And like I'm just kind of thinking like the random.
The stakes aren't as high for me. I'm not keeping up with.
Well, it's like when you're taking a test and then you like answer B like 3 times in a row.
It looks
just like
yeah.
But no, I'm gonna say Kiss. That sounds like Kiss to me.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh, nice.
Of course, it was Kiss. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's the most Kiss song ever. That's Tomorrow from Unmasked.
I don't know. I was feeling AC/DC on that one. I got to be
it
honest.
was close in my mind. Yeah.
I think the thing where he says, I knew you wanted me to feel real good by the way you smiled. That kind of like reeks of Kiss to me. Like,
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Okay, so you're still alive.
I'm 2 for 3. Elijah
3.
can win.
That's right.
If he gets this one right.
No pressure.
Okay, Elijah. Kiss or AC/DC?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she walked up to me and she asked me if I wanted to dance. She looked kind of nice, and so I said I might take a chance. When we danced, she held me tight, and when I walked her home that night, all the stars were shining bright, and then she kissed me. Each time I saw her, I couldn't wait to see her again. I wanted to let her know that she was more than a friend. I didn't know just what to do, so I whispered, I love you. She said that she loved me too, and then she kissed me.
All right, I gotta dig deep on this one. The word "kiss" is in there twice.
Yep. And they are exactly the kind of band that would like.
Yeah, it's
do
Kiss.
that.
It's Kiss.
Is that your final answer?
That's final answer.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Kiss. Let me see if there's any other nuggets in that. That was just I didn't pare that one down.
Hey, Dillon, have you won the Paul Stanley Cup yet?
I had it for one brief period.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. I got it back from you on the Emily Post episode.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Congratulations on retaining the cup.
All right.
Thank you. Better luck next time, champ.
So he says, let me just read the rest of the song. It's pretty raw stuff.
Okay.
I knew that she was mine, so I gave her all the loving I had. And one day she took me home to meet her ma and her dad. Then I asked her to be my bride and always be right by my side. Felt so happy, she almost cried, and then she kissed me. Then I asked her to be my bride and always be right by my side. Felt so happy, she almost cried, and then she kissed me, and then she kissed me, and then she kissed me.
Wow, it's like poetry.
Yeah. Anyway, Elijah, any
Who knew they?
Any victory words?
You know, I just want to take this opportunity to thank Kanye West for giving me someone to hate, because I'd forgotten what hate was like, and that gives me a better perspective on songs about love that the band Kiss wrote, because it's like Kanye West was trying to write something and was... Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with that. Never mind.
I'll tie it all together. Like, y'all remember that video where, like, Kanye West is like, George W. Bush does not care about black people?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was after, like, Hurricane Katrina, after the first attempt on New Orleans' life.
Yeah, this is true. It was after Hurricane Katrina.
This attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed.
So, man, why we... Actually, I want to address that was 1 AC/DC songs and 5 Kiss songs.
Yeah, I mean it's the nature of random.
Is it random?
I do an actual coin flip, and then I'd use a random number generator. But the coin flip determines whether it's Kiss or AC/DC.
Okay.
So it was just one of those freak things where it was several heads in a row.
Well, look.
But I do want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Through Him, all things are possible. And Dillon,
Indeed.
well played. Well played.
Well, I trust the process. I gave it 110%. I just didn't execute.
All right,
guys, we gotta quit farting around. We got a book to talk about, guys.
Yes, we do. Let's close this out. Okay, New Orleans demise. Walker Percy. Let me see if I have any quotes here from the book. Okay. He has a lot of like phrases that he's sort of invented for events that occur in his life. Like if a place is certified, that means it's like been on a movie or a TV show or like in a newspaper, or not a newspaper, but like some entertainment industry artifact. There was a repetition when something happens in the same place twice. It's like he sees these as like cosmic events that sort of like remove you from the everydayness. Like, and even everydayness is like he has all these words that sort of fit in with his framework of how other people are. I don't know. That's something that I thought was kind of interesting, and
or how he is himself, because like he'll talk about it in something that happened to him, and then say, "What is repetition? I'll tell you what that is." Or
yeah, right.
You know, what is the malaise? I'll tell you what the malaise is.
Yeah, that's right. The malaise, and I don't know. I think that that's something to revisit later. I think that there's a lot in this book. Again, it sucks that it's not just his philosophical ideas.
Yeah,
laid out.
Exactly.
That would be way. I mean, maybe that's just millennial Twitter.
Yeah.
What's the word for what I'm doing with my hands?
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Millennial
Jazz
Twitter.
hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands.
But yeah, what were you going to say, Elijah?
There's a quote from his book that may have kind of showed you why he does that in this book, and he's talking about something he was reading. He says, there was a time when this was the last book on earth I would have chosen to read. Until recent years, I had only read fundamental books, that is, key books on key subjects such as War and Peace, the novel of novels, A Study of History, The Solution of the Problem of Time, Schrodinger's What is Life, Einstein's The Universe as I See It, and such. During those years, I stood outside the universe and sought to understand it. And maybe this is the idea behind him throwing in these philosophical tidbits into what is essentially what did you call it? cut away from a life or something like that. What did you call it?
Slice of life, yeah.
Slice of life. Cut away from a life.
A cross section of life.
Yeah. Sorry, it's late. Yeah, so maybe that's the idea, is that he didn't want to, if he wanted to write philosophy, he could, but he didn't. He wanted to write a novel and interlace it with philosophy. And the philosophies were interesting.
Yeah, it totally was interesting. And something I thought I had, I'm glad you said that. This actually, reading this, it reminded me of, like, when you see a movie that they're like trying to win an Oscar, it's like you can usually tell. It's sort of like it plays by a certain set of rules, and it's just like it appeals to like the lowest common denominator, but it's also got a little something that tries to make you think, or like elicit an
emotional
profound response. Profound emotional response in people. I felt like this was his debut novel, and I feel like he was trying to do like the equivalent of that in, like, this won the National Book Award, and I think that he was trying to write a book that would win the National Book Award. I really get that feeling, and so he took his very interesting ideas on philosophy, and he made an Oscar-worthy story out of it that doesn't hold up. Like, I don't know, like if you go back and watch, like what was that? So many bad Oscar movies that won Best Picture that just haven't held up.
Yeah,
I feel like this is kind of like that.
Yeah, no, I really like that, and I kind of agree with you.
Yeah,
like, and it has that air of sort of pretentiousness about it,
right?
Whereas I prefer more of a "Oh brother, where art thou?" where it not only does it elicit that emotional response, but it is also a very entertaining narrative.
Yeah. I guess, like,
that's such a good movie.
I see like I see some Best Picture movies sometimes, and I'm like,
you don't see it.
I just don't see it. Like, I'm not like
a movie snob.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. There's a lot of stuff that I just don't get,
Yeah,
and I'll admit it. Like, Birdman was like that. I didn't hate it, but I was like, this isn't like it's not amazing,
I never saw it.
What else was there? Like Sideways, I thought was kind of good, but I think it was Best Picture.
All right, like, how recent do you want to go? So you got The Shape of Water was the most recent. Moonlight.
I haven't seen
Shape of Water or Moonlight.
Spotlight.
Oh, it's Moonlight though. That's the one where they gave it to. They gave it to that. What was the movie? La La Land. They gave it to La La Land. And they're like, oh wait,
oh yeah, that's right.
They switched it, which I absolutely love that, because La La Land. I got back from the dentist, so my tongue's not working right. But La La Land was so terrible that I love that they got the Oscar, and then they're like, it's perfect for that movie.
Yeah. So you got something like...
Well, you said you went to see La La Land, right?
I did.
Like
that's
in
the first movie
theater.
I've ever walked out of the theater on, for sure.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
You got No Country for Old Men, which won in 2007.
That was great. That was actually very...
I didn't care for that movie.
I feel sorry for you.
Like
I liked that movie, but it was very disturbing.
I wasn't disturbed by it. Like, it was just kind of... I don't know. It's been a long time since I've seen it. I probably need to see it again.
But
you want to talk about a movie that like came out around the same time. Have you ever seen The Three Burials of Melquiades Estrada?
That's on my list, but I haven't seen it. But I know what you're talking about.
I ain't even heard of this shit.
That's like from the 90s, I think.
No, it came out about the same time as No Country for Old Men, and I don't think it won any awards. That's an amazing fucking film.
Speaking of which, like, I just had this thought, which kind of late to it, but whatevs. Maybe it's supposed, like maybe Walker Percy meant for it to be a Oscar movie, since it's a moviegoer. Maybe it's supposed to be like a...
God, that would be fucking perfect. Like, the Academy people would just like ejaculate all over themselves about a movie about going to the movies and it being just like this high art.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like the book, I think he wrote it in that style on purpose to reflect the lifestyle of the character, the lifestyle and the thing to which the main character has a connection.
I think you're giving Walker Percy too much credit there. Like that's kind of and was that even like a thing back in the 60s or whenever this was written? Like I'm talking about like the Oscar movie being written to win an Oscar.
Oh yeah, I think definitely, yeah.
Yeah, certainly.
This is written in 1960, I believe, right? Yeah, it was definitely.
Yeah, it's around that time.
Yeah, 100%. Bigly.
Well,
but yeah,
Did you just say bigly?
I did. Yeah.
yeah.
Bigly.
Yeah, I'm sorry we were trashing on your book.
Well,
but
that's okay. I didn't love it, but I thought it was good. And like
you didn't love it, but you thought it was good.
yeah, that's a normal way to feel about things.
That's not a way that I feel about things. I only love things that are good.
No, you got it backwards. I didn't love it, but I thought it was good. I didn't say I didn't think it was good, but I loved it. That would be weird.
I do think you have a point, though. I should have finished the book because it's not fair to pass judgment on it if you don't have the whole picture. I agree with you there. So, I mean,
I don't know. I disagree. Like I think 1/3 of the way through a book, you really know what it's got, and if it ain't got it, it ain't got it.
That's got mirrored as well. I think Dillon getting 1/3 of the way through it and stopping is in itself a rating. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But Dillon, after that, did you like look at where it was going? Did you like get online and try and get a synopsis of it or anything?
I did not care about the characters in the least to even do that. Like I can't stress how little I care about this book and the characters within it and the story that it is.
Well, I mean,
like, I might go look at some of Walker Percy's philosophy and see what that was all about. I might check out his Wikipedia page, but yeah, as far as this book goes, I want none of it.
I think I have a remedy. We'll just keep reading Walker Percy till we find a book that you've A, finished, and B,
look, we have established before.
Or my next pick is I'm going to pick this book again, and you motherfuckers are going to read it this time.
Here's the thing: we've established that A, we are going to read all the books, and B, when you have the conch, you can do whatever you want to with it. So that is fully within.
But we can't read all the books if you don't even read them.
I will commit to trying to read all of the books.
I need stronger commitments, guys. But yeah, eventually we're going to cover all the books. I did the math. I think we're like 4% through all the books, so we're making good progress.
Yeah.
Through all the books.
Yeah.
And I was telling you the other day, Dillon, like most of the books we read, since we're going to read all the books, most of them you're not going to like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can just get over yourself.
Can we rethink this reading all the books thing? Let's just read the good stuff and the raw stuff and the slick stuff.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I think I'm starting to doubt we're going to read all the books. Never mind. Let's hold on a second. Let me see if I got any quotes here. I'm getting to quote you. Getting to quote all about you. I didn't have this highlighted, but there was a scene where he was like, he took out like his slide rule and his watch and wallet and stuff.
That's in the very beginning.
Yeah, it's toward the beginning. It's like they just become visible to him, and he makes a comment like, the things you carry around on your person are invisible to you. Like he's like, it's like your hands or something. You don't actually ever really see your hands. I don't know. It's just like, yeah. Whoa.
That kind of reminds me of another reason why I didn't like this book. Like it kind of, you remember on Common Sense by Thomas Paine, where it was kind of dull to read because we had all kind of come to the same conclusions before.
I do remember that. I think we all actually said that.
Yeah, and this book kind of had that for me a little bit as well, because like a lot of the stuff that you're describing, it's just really, maybe it's because I'm very disassociated from the world, much like the protagonist, but I mean, it's not interesting for him to be like looking at his pocket watch and thinking like, oh man, I didn't even really think about it was there until I needed it. Like, it's that stuff you talk about when you're like high, when you're 19. Like, whoa, what if it's all like the Matrix? Like, what if we're all in the Matrix right now?
What if there are colors that we can't even see?
Yeah. So yeah, like I've thought about these things before, and I don't need it presented to me by Binks Bolix or whatever his name was, the Southern dandy. What was his name? Binks Bullard.
Binks Bowling, I believe.
Balling.
Binks Beauregard Bowling.
He was doing a lot of balling.
It's related to Bastian Balthazar Bucks.
Hey, that's another book I didn't read.
Nice catch. Nice catch. Yeah, see there? Yeah, Ansel. Don't get so upset. It happens to me all the time.
I read that book. I read The Neverending Story.
I'm talking about with Dillon.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just on a bad roll, man. I couldn't finish the was it Blood Meridian or the Bloody Western Sunset with the scalped Indians? I couldn't finish it, man.
If you had even tried to read that, Ansel, you would have known why.
Oh, that's right. Ansel didn't read that one.
You think I'd have a whole different outlook on the situation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like some things just shouldn't be read.
But you all said you said you liked it though.
It was very good.
Dillon said he liked it.
I'm probably going to finish it.
Okay, this is one thing I highlighted. I just highlighted it and I wrote, I like this. And reading it again, I do like this. Just for the sheer poetry, they're not the prose really. I just like this prose. Okay, you ready for some prose? Ready for some prose, bros?
Prose Bros. Is that our new podcast name? Prose Bros.
The Pros.
Yeah,
lay it on me and we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Staying awake is a kind of sickness, and sleep is forever guarded against by a dizzy, dutiful alertness. Waking, wide-eyed dreams come as fitfully as swamp fire.
Now, can I see that? Because I don't think you did it right. Staying awake is a kind of sickness, and sleep is forever guarded against by a dizzy and dutiful alertness. Waking, wide-eyed dreams come as fitfully as swamp fire.
That's pretty good, actually. That's enhanced. I'm going to do it with whistled S's. Staying awake is a kind of sickness, and sleep is forever guarded against by dizzy, dutiful alertness. Waking wide-eyed dreams come as fitfully as swamp fire.
That's good prose, bros. That's real good prose.
All right, nicely done. Let's rate this thing and then pass the conch. Yeah. I'll give it a rating first if you don't mind. I'm
actually really interested in this book. I'd like to hear you read some more of it, Ansel. If it was read to me the entire way on an audiobook like that, I would love this book.
I thought we said no audiobooks though.
Yeah, well, I haven't used one yet.
All right, well, let me read something else I highlighted.
Okay.
I'll do one more.
Please do.
Are
you doing counting the S's in it?
No.
Oh.
I did not always enjoy this, I believe. While I was living at my aunt's house, I was overtaken by a fit of perversity. And instead of writing a letter to an editor, as was my custom, I recorded a tape which I submitted to Mr. Edward R. Murrow. Here are the beliefs of John Bickerson Bowling, a moviegoer living in New Orleans. It began and ended, I believe in a good kick in the ass. This, I believe. I soon regretted it, however, as what my grandfather would have called a smart alecky stunt. And I was relieved when the tape was returned. I have listened faithfully to this, I believe, ever since. I believe in freedom, the sacredness of the individual, and the brotherhood of man, concludes the playwright. I believe in believing. This, I believe. All my shakiness over Sharon is gone. I switch off my radio and lie in bed with a pleasant, tingling sensation in the groin. A tingling for Sharon.
That broke him. That one got him.
A tingling for Sharon and for all my fellow Americans.
Oh, so close to the end too.
Yeah. Anyway, rating time. I'm gonna stick with the movie theme. I'm gonna give it a Roger Ebert type rating. I'm gonna give this book 1.5 thumbs up.
1.5.
1.5 thumbs up out of 2.
Okay. So you really like this?
I thought it was like I said. I didn't like the one thing I didn't.
That's
like
an
about
extremely positive review.
I liked it. I think I didn't like the people like in this not in the setting as in the city, but the setting is in bougie white buttholes. That was a drag, and I hate that. I do think it was kind of I don't know. I mean, when I look at it, there's very little I didn't like about it. I liked the writing. I liked a lot of the ideas. I liked that it was about the right length. I feel like I liked that it was.
What you said.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of read like a award-winning movie or whatever. I don't know. I thought it was net positive that I read this book and I liked it, but I didn't love it. Like I said, I've already said all this stuff.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I've got my rating ready.
Go for it.
Mine's just like, it's going to be someone like physically with their own head up their ass, like just bent over, like down in between their legs and then right up into the ass. Like,
I can't do that. That's like outside of my
surely
skill level.
Look, all you have to do is go to
Google Images, man with head up ass.
And you got to remember, this is like an immediate turnaround, so that's going to take an hour. I don't want to do that. I didn't get much sleep last night. Re-rate. I call re-rate.
You gonna make him irate? I believe the gentleman would like for you to choose a different rating system.
Well, now,
God.
Okay. Looks like a Tool album cover.
here's one with clothes on that might be a little more pleasing, but I think that'll be harder to get that isolated.
The first one's definitely better. Okay, I can do that. Okay, good rating. That'll be easy to do.
All right. Yeah. And explain your rating. Why is it a man with his head up his ass?
Oh, because Walker Percy has his own head up his ass, and so does Binks.
You don't know Walker
Bowling.
Percy. You don't know the first thing about Walker Percy.
No, he's the kind of person that would write a book about these rich assholes. Like, yeah, he's one of them. Like,
okay.
And you can, like I said, I haven't looked at his Wikipedia page, but you can tell by the way he writes and what he has chosen to written about here, he is one of these people who just has his head up his own ass, smelling his own farts, and loving it.
Whom amongst us doesn't enjoy?
I enjoy my own farts, but Look,
but I don't seek them out actively.
Here's the thing: a civilized man wafts the thought toward his nose. Only these beastly New Orleans types shove their own heads up their asses.
Yeah, you might be right. I think you might. Yeah, I have to say touche, sir. Elijah.
That's what separates the gentleman from the beast. An ace gent would never insert his own face. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna give it 5. Category 5. Fuck New Orleans.
I'm all for it, but like even I was like, ooh, that one made me cringe a little bit. That's
a lot
harsh.
That's like gloves. That's like not only are the gloves off, under that glove you had a gun.
It's a little like Elijah Crowder does not care about black people.
Yeah.
I don't like the white people there either.
So, but you acknowledge that you don't like the black people there. Is that what you said?
No. Can't do that.
Well, that's what you said, in effect.
That would be public suicide. No, I just don't like New Orleans. I hate New Orleans. All right, category 3 then. I'll give it a 3.
No?
No?
First thought, best thought.
You tone it down some?
No, you're good.
I fucking hate New Orleans, man. I hate everything about New Orleans. And when I started reading the book and realized, oh, God, this is some dickhead from... He's going to talk about Picayune and...
He did, I think.
Natchez.
Yeah.
Metairie, the Pontchartrain, Lake Pontchartrain.
I hate New Orleans.
Gonna go up in the hills into Birmingham.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it.
I back you up with your rating. I just say, like I said before, everyone get to the high ground. Obi-Wan knew what was up. Get to the high ground.
Get to the high ground.
Take this conch.
Elijah. Thank you. Well, all right. It's October. It's Spooktober. It's that most spooktacular month of the year. And you know we like to do it right here at Book Club, the podcast. That's why I'm going to flip the script on this next 2 weeks episode. Here's what we're going to do. I didn't pick a book.
What?
I didn't pick a book. That's right. You're going to write.
The dumbest podcast of all time. This is so dumb.
You're going to write something for our listeners. Now, here's what you need to keep in mind. All 3 of us will write something or present something that someone else has written, which is also fine. That has to be scary, and you have to keep in mind time limits. That means 1/3 of the show is dedicated to you, just like we did with the Goxes of Thought, where we each get 1/3 of the show. You with me?
I'm with you.
You with me?
Yeah.
All right.
You are aware, though, like this episode that we were doing this on will be after the spooky time. And
I do.
Then...
And we have a book club coming out this Friday.
I do. I know. What are you saying? This isn't a good idea?
No. I think it.
You have the conch. You can do whatever the hell you want.
I think it is a delectable subversion of the medium.
Right?
I hate.
I think it's time we.
I think it's
time we. I think we treat the listeners to a little something different.
I'm not a writer. I can't write. Okay.
Then you may present something else that you find to be terrifying. I said you don't have to write it. You can write it if you wish, or something short, a short story that you wish to present.
It's going to be
just so we're clear, Ansel. You can write.
I can write, but I'm not good at creating something in a written medium. That's not.
Then it should be hilarious. I thought we were a comedy podcast.
Yeah, why do you want to read books and shit, man? This is a comedy podcast. I think you should try it, just like I tried to read.
Okay, yeah, I'll
the Moviegoer.
I'll write a page and then like just shit on whatever you guys write.
There you go. He's in the spirit.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
We write our own ghost story. Is that what we're doing for an episode that comes out after Halloween?
No, it doesn't have to be a ghost story. All right. It has to be fall themed, or it has to be maybe a little spooky.
So this episode,
Look, I'm
It's
sick.
like,
It's 2 o'clock in the goddamn morning.
have you ever have you ever been to a place where people are reading their own poetry?
Yeah.
Do you know have you ever heard a good poem in this in a venue like this or in an event like this?
Look,
No, but look, Dillon. This is a perfect opportunity for Dillon to revamp the Attack of the Killer Burrito.
that is true. I have been meaning to revisit that. That's literary universe.
What is Attack of the Killer Burrito?
I wrote a little 5-page short story when I was a kid about the night that a mutant burrito destroyed the town from Taco Bell.
Didn't I give it back to you? I had it when we moved. I think I gave it back to you.
I might have thrown it away. I'm not precious about those sorts of things.
Oh.
I'm like an anti-hoarder. I just get rid of shit. So if I have it, I don't know where it is. I don't think I have it. But anyway.
Well, we'll do it this way. This will be Book Club the Podcast's open mic night. You bring whatever you want to share as long as it fits within the time frame of it can be presented. It doesn't have to be long. It can be presented. It can be discussed. And at the end, the three of us will discuss who has brought the most worthwhile.
Who's brought the most
into
stuff?
Who brought their stuff?
Because you
yeah.
best bring your stuff.
So it doesn't even have to be something you write. It could be a song that you found somewhere.
And Ansel, I do not think that anything that I come up with for this is going to be good. So just get over that to start with, and you're golden.
This is a dumb podcast.
we need it. It's going to be a good podcast. You wait and see.
No, I just mean
This.
program.
This was a good.
Not
What?
Not that episode. I'm talking about the program
Oh,
as an institution is of dubious quality. No, sir, I don't like it.
all right. Here's the conch back.
Okay. Thank you all for reading the book. And
Low blow, man.
no, I kid. I always enjoy the companionship and the camaraderie. It's always a blast.
Oh, yeah.
I love you guys.
Yeah.
That's the reason for the
Oh, there you go.
I just want you
We
to.
love you too,
I
Ansel.
just want you to know that. Until next time. Happy Halloween. Goodbye.
season. Goodbye.
Bye bye. Bloody stew. Bloody stew. Bloody stew.